All right, well, welcome to House of Chad.
Just let him do the intro. Come on, dude.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Chad's home. Today I'm joined by the Swells. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. So I wanted to start off with South by Southwest because that is just a huge feat for, I think, any band. Was that the first South by for you guys this year?
Yeah, that was our first South by, and that was our first time ever leaving the state to play.
Yeah,
so it
first
was really
tour.
cool.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we were hanging out. It was like nothing super official, but it was really cool. We were really happy and really grateful to Pennyback for throwing us on that and giving us the opportunity. It was a
Nice.
really, really fun time. We had a really good time.
And did you just take like a van out?
Oh, the van.
The soccer mom van. But no, it was fun. We squeezed seven of us?
Yeah.
Seven dudes and all our equipment into it. And the homies brought some games and PS4 consoles to like keep them busy. Well, mostly me. Us three kind of were like the main drivers here. So
Yeah.
So
everyone else had to.
I drove
keep
once
busy.
too.
Yeah.
To the gas station.
Because we were
yeah,
Because I was the only one that was sober.
that was
In
probably
Austin.
the most fun. Yeah.
And that was in El Paso.
That was night one.
That was night one in El Paso.
Yeah.
We drove to the liquor store just to get more beer and like some cigarettes, and like no one else could drive, so I had to.
Nice.
That's the way it is.
So you stopped in So is it El Paso then Austin? You like stayed
Yeah,
in
We
El
stayed in El Paso one night.
Because it was like,
Got it.
11 hours?
Yeah, it was.
Got it.
Yeah,
it
was
We
brutal.
couldn't get to Austin.
Yeah.
We stayed outside of Austin for the rest of the 3 or 4 days or whatever.
And did you play every day?
Almost every day, yeah.
Yeah, I think
We played 3 or 4 shows.
Yeah.
We
That one
played.
house-
We had some.
that one
great
house party
We had
was
this
good.
one great house party that was awesome. There was like,
San Antonio.
yeah, in San Antonio. It
Yeah,
was
they were
really
called.
sick.
It was called Princess Pass in San Antonio. Shout out, thank you. Shout out to Elena for hooking us up with that. We'll get you back when you're down.
Nice.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, because I haven't been out to South by, but that's just been on the bucket list, and I always just see the craziest like little shops putting on shows and just like everywhere you
It's
walk.
literally everywhere.
Yeah. Have you guys done Echo Park Rising here in LA?
Not yet.
Nope.
Yeah. Well,
We went last year and
trying
saw
to
the
remember
Buttertones
if it was
last year,
during-
and
Oh,
I was trying to think of in the West Coast. You know that band we were talking about last night. I forgot the name, which looks really bad now, but we were there last year.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. Have you guys played with the Buttertones?
we played with
We
them at
just
Dirty
did.
Penny.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
The
were.
Echo,
I
yeah.
think they were the headliner.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was at the Echo and Echoplex. They were headlining
Right.
the Echoplex stage, and then we played like the patio stage at the Echo. It was fun. It was cool. Yeah, that was a really
That's a good
fun
festival.
gig. Yeah,
All right.
yeah, that was a blast.
Yeah. How'd you get hooked up with what's the company that puts it on Pennyback? Or-
They're a record label.
Yeah. Pennyback is
Yeah.
like a record label in
Gotcha.
in like LA, and they work with like a bunch of Valley and LA bands.
Right. But is that separate from Dog the Cat?
Yeah, that's separate. That's something our good buddy Mark Maleka started putting on. He was just curating a bunch of shows in the Valley. He started out at this place called White Oak Music and Arts. Rest in peace. And then he just turned that into something where he was like working a lot more closely with bands and facilitating like doing all of their merch and just putting on shows and like putting them in touch with like certain people, like our current producer for our album that should be coming out in the fall. He hooked us up with him, and it's just like helping out homies realistically, but it's like a little bit more official than that.
Very cool. Yeah. And then I actually want to talk to you guys specifically because, sorry, you two, actually. But I don't really get to talk to brass players that much. What was like your journeys with picking up a brass instrument and wanting to play that?
I'll go first. So yeah, I play the trumpet and the flugelhorn, and mine started just in 6th grade band class.
Okay.
I did it because all my friends were doing it, and I didn't want to leave my friends because I was scared at a new middle school and stuff. And the trumpet just kind of came to me. My last name starts with an S, and it went alphabetically to pick an instrument. And by the time it came to me, that was one of the only things left.
That's amazing.
And it was drums or trumpet, and it was either snare drum, like you could not drum set, like snare drum. And I was like, okay, I'll play the trumpet. And that just kind of, I fell in love with it, and I started playing jazz band and concert band, and then I started playing like in musicals, and jazz kept going. And then I never really thought I'd do anything like this, and I was kind of nervous when they asked me because I wasn't sure how I'd fit in, if I'd be too intrusive, like as a brass instrument, because a lot of the times people say it's too intrusive, it's too loud, and no, but these guys are really cool and they write great music for me to do my thing.
Yeah. And was that always part of the goal to like bring brass into?
Well, no, we were playing. It was just me and a drummer for a short while, and then we brought in Jason, and he can kind of speak more of like his experience playing brass, and then his role in the band, because he would be more eloquent than I would be talking about his instrument.
I guess. Yeah. At first, since it was just Maddie and a drummer, we didn't have any like low end presence, and I was always like a bari sax player first, so playing like low end instruments, obviously it kind of worked out for a little bit, and then we were just realizing that it'd be a lot smoother if we actually got a bass player, and that's when Wyatt came in, and that gave me the freedom to kind of play a little bit more lines and like give everyone more space, so I didn't have to play all the time. But yeah, that was really cool, because at the time I was just doing what Nathan was doing. I was playing in like jazz bands, marching band, concert band, all that stuff, and then playing with these guys. At the time we were playing like a lot more hardcore stuff, so it was cool. It was cool to like see Maddie bleed, and our drummer was like Maddie, he would like bust through heads and break sticks all the time, so that was cool. Obviously it's changed a lot since then, but it's given us an opportunity to kind of like diversify and like change how we play.
Yeah, I know. So with a lot of like jazz instrumentation and with brass, I think it's very improvisational, I guess. So do all you guys have experience just doing that with like jazz band and just getting in a room and just like jamming and coming up with
it seems so that we all like when we finish rehearsal or have a break, people like switch instruments and we start just playing random stuff and making music together. And whether or not people have formal improvisational jazz training doesn't mean you can't improvise. Everyone can improvise, and so we just and sometimes Jason and I, what we play is never the same twice. Like we have our concrete horn parts, but a lot of it changes, or who plays it changes, and I think everybody has experience improvising, right?
Yeah. What do you guys think of the movie Whiplash?
Oh, trash.
Wow.
What do you think of the movie Whiplash, Neil?
I honestly haven't seen it.
You heard it here, folks. He hasn't seen it.
As somebody who goes to like music school for jazz and having people talk about that all the time, to me, it's not really an accurate representation. It's a dramatic Hollywood movie.
You don't think Gary Pratt's gonna throw a chair at your head?
No. I mean, I've had people get belligerently angry over music stuff and tempo's not working and all that stuff, but I don't know, it's a movie. But shout out to all those extras playing instruments. Those are all my colleagues here that went to like Cal State Northridge and are jazz students. They just like picked up cats from around the area to just be extras who knew how to play instruments. So that was kind of cool.
I didn't know that. The actual album.
Yeah, Bernie Dressel is an LA studio drummer. He did all the drumming for that.
Oh,
so
wow.
That's tight.
The soundtrack's great, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is the LA jazz scene pretty alive?
It's thriving, and a lot of really great things are going on. I mean, I can plug some people. I don't know, you know, Lewis Cole and his band Nowhere, Nate Wood. This group that we actually played a show with, they're not necessarily jazz, but Thumpasaurus.
Oh,
if anybody wants to check them out. But there's a lot of clubs out here, and a lot of like kind of underground-ish things that serious people know about. But we're trying to expand to get it more mainstream in LA. It's not like New York, but
Right.
it's still pretty good.
So yeah, back on the music, is you had mentioned that you guys are recording an album right now. coming out in the fall.
and it's coming out slow, and it's all my fault. I have a bunch of lyrics to write, and
Didn't you just graduate?
I did, and
Mazel tov.
oh, thanks. Yeah, it's whatever. I got a piece of paper. It's pretty tight. Not stay in school, I guess, but I have a bunch of lyrics to write, and we're probably gonna be finishing up all the vocals like within the next 2 weeks here, and then it's mixing and mastering, which could take a little bit of time, but it should be coming out. It's gonna be coming out in the fall.
And is Smell the Roses on that?
Smell the Roses is gonna be a part of that. Yeah.
Are the songs, is that a good representation of, you think, like where the rest of the music is gonna sit?
I don't know, man. What do you think?
Changed a lot, but I would say that like our styles like change a lot. Like I think from our first album to our EP to this, like it's kind of changed, but I think that this like the songs on this album are like a pretty like solid representation of I think like what we identify with as like our sound, like quote unquote. Mm-hmm. So I think it's like pretty good.
I think the biggest thing is like it's different because this album in particular, there's more songwriters. So usually it would be Maddie and Wyatt bearing that load of writing the majority of the music, but now I feel like we're more open to like a lot of different people throwing ideas in the mix, so we get like a general idea from some person and another song could be from a different person, and it'll get like a different vibe or you know, like style to it. But yeah, I think it's still cohesive. It's just now that we have different songwriters, I think we have like different styles for each song.
Right. And you all live in separate areas. I mean, all in LA, but just not like all in the same house, I imagine. So when you write, do you write just alone and then kind of bring ideas to the group when you meet up for rehearsals? Or
Basically like that. Like Jason writes at his house a lot, and like he'll bring us songs or just like email us or text us songs, ideas, and then we'll kind of work on it either on our own or like you said, like in rehearsal.
Nice.
Yeah. It's
do you have
much
a home
like that.
studio, or do you guys
I think we kind of all have like our own little like recording setups in home to make demos, and then we go to like a proper studio to record like the actual tracks.
Right, proper studio.
Yeah, proper studio.
You muppet.
in the Valley, or?
It's in Burbank. It's Clear Lake Recording or Fever Recording Studios. They're both in Burbank.
Nice.
Yeah.
What can you guys say about the current state of the like DIY scene in the Valley?
No, it's like a desperate situation in the DIY scene. I mean, I think personally, you have some places like the Grand Palace, which shout out to the Cosmos, that they've been definitely like one of the main people keeping it alive. There's a couple new spots that are like starting to open up that look pretty promising, but house shows these days are pretty much just like seemingly non-existent. Like in a backyard, there's like maybe a few here and there, like once every 3 months, because it's like that's how frequently that they can be thrown, because people are, you know, calling the cops, and it's it's just like not that cool of a situation right now. And I think that has to do a lot with you know, there's like a lot of things going on politically in the Valley. There's fucking ICE checkpoints all over the place, and you know, people are like, we'll call the cops at the drop of a hat, you know, when realistically what's happening is that people are making music and enjoying themselves, and it's like usually a safe space, and it's honestly kind of like a sad situation. But
yeah, you had brought up White Oak. So that was like a staple for like they threw shows. It was
they threw a lot of shows there. It was a music they taught music there, like it was a school.
Yeah, now it's like a fucking karate studio, which I guess is cool too, but
but it was cool. It was like a beacon for like a lot of different genres of music. Like there was a huge rap community that would do shows there. There was like a heavy metal scene, and obviously like we're part of more the indie scene, you know. But yeah, a lot of people would look to that venue to like try to throw like a cheap show for a long time, and then the owner of the spot was forced to raise his prices because, you know, obviously like shit happens. But yeah, I mean, now we're kind of sticking more, trying to venture out to LA and like trying to find different venues, because like he said, backyard shows are hard to come by, but it's like, you know, it's something that every band kind of has to grow out of eventually. So it's not we're not too stressed.
For us, it like could be a positive thing, because it's forcing us into a corner where we have to like adapt to it or, you know, die away. But I feel bad for the younger bands that you know, improvise, adapt, overcome. But for the smaller bands that are just now getting their starts, like they only have so many spots to play in. Like, you know, there's like a bunch of pay to play spots, and it's like that's no way to create like a culture in the Valley, especially for like, you know, because we're doing semi okay for being like a Valley band, but there's gonna be dozens and dozens of other young kids like in high school that are just trying to figure it out and trying to figure out like how the music business works, like even on a small scale, and if they're not getting it from places like that, because it's not realistic. So we were just talking about this last night actually.
Yeah, well, that's cool with like Dog the Cat, and I'm sure, I mean, it seems like there's some people that are fighting for, I don't know, just like up and coming artists and helping them out and helping them kind of navigate the music business and all that. So hopefully more of that comes up. But yeah, seriously, that's rough. So you guys went to Austin, but you haven't been to like Vegas or any. Have you played like San Diego or San?
We did play San Diego.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice. San Diego.
Yeah.
Nice. Any crazy like live stories? Anybody?
Not crazy live stories. When we were in Texas, we were at this bar, and we saw the guy who played Trevor Phillips from GTA 5.
Yeah, that was pretty.
And
sick.
I was just like, "That's Trevor Phillips." No,
he saw us talking about him though.
He
and
was
he
just
left
like,
the bar.
he walked like it looked like someone was controlling an NPC of Trevor. Like it was so funny. Like
course
it
you see
looked
it
like
like that.
someone was like, it was so strange.
Fuck. And they're just like,
I expected him to like pull out and like a 9mm and just like flash a piece.
Did he see you guys play?
No,
No,
this
we
was
were
like
just-
after
This
we
was, like,
played
yeah.
when we were just like we didn't even.
That
play
was after the
night.
Fender showcase.
We
Yeah.
saw Kuko play. And then
Yeah.
we just went to this bar.
Yeah, we were
That's
just
what
on a
we- that's
mission
what
to
you
get
do.
drunk before we had to drive back to where we were staying.
Very
And then
fair.
Trevor was there. There was some like honky tonk ass music.
Pretty
playing.
fun.
We had a really good time that night. It was
No
fun.
crazy live stories like while we're playing
Yeah,
stories.
yeah.
No, nothing like that.
Nothing too nuts in it.
We can make
Just like-
something happen.
Try to keep things under control.
Yeah,
Right,
usually
right.
I usually get censored a little bit because I'm honestly kind of nuts and like, you know, that's usually a good thing that I get censored sometimes. But yeah,
Right.
I mean, we got plenty of time left together, so
Right.
we'll see.
Yeah. Do you guys have any like tours coming up or anything like that?
Yeah, we have a couple of dates in Northern California at the end of September in San Francisco and in Berkeley and in San Luis Obispo.
And so when you guys do that, do you work with promoters locally, like in San Francisco? Or, like,
Yeah,
how do you come
we're
across
doing
those?
it. These couple of shows are through our friend Alyssa. She has a company called Cosmic Booking, and so she's helped us kind of curate the shows and get us on bills in like up north and like throw the shows together with the promoter of who's booking the show.
Yeah.
But it's kind of been different every time. We've mostly worked with people who live here who throw the show. We haven't really worked locally with people who are in the cities that we're playing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've never. Like, I don't really know much about the scenes like other than Los Angeles and like. The
Exactly.
downtown
They're
area.
way they like
So-
different cities work different ways as
Yeah.
far as like throwing shows. So
Yeah,
it's
it's nuts.
kind of a crapshoot sometimes. Yeah.
San Diego was cool though.
San Diego was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played at the Shea Cafe, which is like a pretty
Oh,
cool
right.
DIY venue down there.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
really cool.
on the campus, the UC campus there.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Is that kind of like this, like the smell of?
In a way,
It's
yeah.
kinda
It's
like
a little bit more
San
like
Diego. It's
innocent,
cleaner.
I think. Yeah, it's cleaner.
It's way cleaner.
Well, 'cause it's like policed by the schools.
Yeah,
it was
'cause since
kind
it's
of
on
weird. It was
campus,
like
yeah.
very much a DIY space, and then you step outside and it's like the campus's like water filtration system. Like it's right there.
Right, it's right on
Yeah.
the campus.
It's like in the center, like of like all the what campus was that? UCSD.
UCSD.
Yeah, it was really weird, really
Yeah.
neat.
That's strange. Have you guys played the smell?
Yeah,
Yeah, we just did like a few months ago.
Yeah,
3 times, yeah.
Everyone comes out and it's a great spot.
Yeah.
Like, people come out and it's like fun. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a blast, and the sound is always really good there,
Mm-hmm.
which is like really awesome. And Jim Smith, the owner, is just like he just creates like a really safe space for
Yeah,
everybody, and
right.
he's like a nice guy, but at the same time like no bullshit, which is honestly I really appreciate that
Yeah.
in a person, especially someone that operates a business.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So with the album, are you guys going to be putting it out on a label, or are you guys mostly just releasing independent right now?
Yeah, I mean it's like semi-independent and semi like through the help of like Dog the Cat. So it'll probably be like semi through Dog the Cat, but like that organization is pretty much just like setting up people for success and like
Right.
helping.
But that
people.
is like an independent label. So
Yeah,
like
Right.
Yeah.
Sweet. Do you have a name for the album?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Or maybe we do.
Well,
And I'm not ready to tell you,
Right.
Chad.
Fair. Very fair.
I am
trying to
a liar,
get some
honestly.
exclusives. at Chad's home.
the name
of the album
is Chad, You're My Best Friend.
Sweet.
Come home, Chad.
Sweet, sweet Chad.
I love it.
It Chad to be you.
Wow.
That's actually good.
Sweet. Well, yeah. I mean, now I think we'll get into a few songs, but for people discovering you and finding you, I know there's like a few Swells names out there. What's the easiest way to get? It's the smell or the Swells band.
Yeah.
Twitter,
On
on
in Twitter and
Instagram,
Instagram, it's
Swells
at the
Band.
Swells Band, and on Spotify, it's Swells.
Yeah.
Just Swells.
Yeah.
No, the.
And
No,
if you're
that-
having trouble, you know, it's okay. Just follow your heart.
That's the one with
if
the
you find
picture of
another
us.
Swells that you like better, then that's just what was supposed to happen, and that's okay. You know?
As long as it has, smell the roses.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Dream
if,
Rose.
yeah.
Look for
if you
Smell
look
the
up
Roses.
Smell the
Look for-
Roses and it says Swells next to it, it's probably us.
That's probably it.
But
Yeah.
you can find our music through the Instagram and Twitter too.
Right.
So
Imagine if one of the other bands like released the same.
yeah,
song.
Right?
I
Yeah.
would die. That's funny because
that's
like,
happened before.
a lot of us have the Instagram account, and like we'll get tagged in posts that people like had a great time playing with the Swells, and it's like
I'll
we
comment.
Didn't, yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
we didn't play a show last night.
Sometimes
Like,
I'll comment on it. I'll be like, yeah, it was really nice meeting you guys. We had a really good time. Yeah. Can't wait to play in Indiana again. It was really
so
sick.
good. Yeah, so that's some memes for you guys.
That's all love, you know.
The person reading it is like, what the hell did I just get kicked out of the band? Like, did we play last night? They just didn't tell me.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much. And
Yeah,
we'll
thank
get
you for
into
having
some
us.
Thank you,
music.
Chad.
Chad.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron, the unsung hero.
Aaron needs some
of the House of
love, bro.
Chad.
Thanks, guys.
Hey everyone, we're the Swells. Thanks for tuning in. This one's called Smell the Roses, and it starts right now. And I don't care. I can see it coming, but please don't stare. I'm a little insecure. Please choose me to be the subject of your fantasy. Dress me up, strip me down, make it reality. You've gotta treat me right, take your time in loving me. The smell of roses fills the room in total ecstasy. And I don't know how it happened, wrap me up so easily. Stuck inside your spider's web, I think I've never been this happy. And I don't mind. I can see what's inside. Your heart speaks its mind to me. Your lips don't have to say a thing. You've gotta treat me right, take your time in loving me. The smell of roses fills the room in total ecstasy. And I don't know how it happened, wrap me up so easily. This will last for just one night, let's stretch it till eternity. You've gotta treat me right, take your time in loving me. The smell of roses fills the room in total ecstasy. And I don't know how it happened, wrap me up so easily. Stuck inside your spider's web, I think I've never been this hello, welcome back. We're the Swells, and we're acting up in the studio, and this one's called Busboy. Oh my god. Works all day, works all night, busboy. Garbage can, kitchen sink, busboy. Walking home, 3 a.m., busboy. Oh. There's a gun in his hand, busboy. There's a monkey on his back, busboy. Walking home, 3 a.m., busboy. Oh. Corner store, 3 a.m., busboy. Bustin' fast, dry your beat, busboy. In the end, we're out at meet, busboy. Oh. Thanks for tuning in once more. This is Sugarcoat. take another drink. I think it helps you stand beside of me. And I always feel better when you lie about your love for me. It's not the love that makes you better. It's the time it takes to realize that you love her, or the lie that